is this something that we're going to not be talking about in 6 months, that we'll see a supply side response and this is really a temporary phenomenon?
I think clearly there's a belief that the backlog can be cleared of ships and things. But look, 6 months ago when I raised this, it was raised to me by clients around the country saying we're not be able to get stuff in. We're seeing shortage of ability to move stuff out. And you asked them, and you would have never thought it had gotten so much worse since then. So at that point, I think the ships, the number everybody talks about, the ships sitting outside the Los Angeles port, we're in the 20s and 30s, and now they're much, much higher than that. So hopefully it will straighten out over the next 6 months. History would show it should. The consistency of availability of workers in the U.S. is different than it is in some of the other places, but it still ebbs and flows on a given day, and the cost of transport's gone up and the lack of drivers. So if you ask our commercial clients and the transportation clients, the issue is not as much as the ships getting in, it's also getting the truck drivers to take the containers and move them forward to the next step. And so it bodes well for the revenues of those companies because the charging's up, but we need to get the goods shipped, and so I think that's something we should be wary of. But I think it will cure itself because, frankly, capitalist spirits will come to the task and increase capacity as fast as they possibly can, given the amount of capacity there. There's more worry about long-term energy usage and prices and things like that. Again, we'll have to see whether the production gets moved up a little bit to keep the price in a range that people can stomach. But that's a more grave concern right now because the sheer growth in economies and the amount of energy we have to use is high. And into the pandemic, there wasn't a lot of capacity put on for a while.